Guys, many of you have asked me that what are the different technologies used in a smartphone, means the touchscreen technology I'm talking about. As you know that all the modern smartphone, all the gadgets that have a screen uses all different type of touch screen where you touches and the screen responds. So what are the different types of touch screen used, or what were the different types of touchscreen that I'm going to discuss. So guys, my name is Satyadeep Banerjee. You're watching Informative Saint, and let's get started. Guys, there are total 3 types of touchscreen used. Not used, there are many types of touchscreen, but I'm going to talk about the 3 types that are majorly concerned about. So guys, the first one is the resistive type. Guys, what happens in resistive type? Before explaining it, I want that you recall just 3 or 4 years back when you used the Nokia N series smartphone or the Symbian series. Guys, you know that you have seen or you have experienced that when you touch this touch screen, it is very hard and brittle to touch. Means you have to press very hard or with the help of nail that you are using it. So this resistive type is normally used previously in that type of smartphone. Actually, what happened in resistive type, that there are 2 layers, the first and the second layer. The first layer is a flexible type, and the second layer is a rigid glass body, and there is a specific gap between these both layers, and both are transparent, and coating is applied conducting. Normally we term it as ITO and indium tin oxide actually, and both are applied in the both layers. So what happens when we touch the screen, the upper flexible part is going to touch the below layer, that is the rigid one, and due to the conducting material applied at both the layers, when we press the first layer, it presses the second, and due to the current passes, due to the short circuiting of both layers, the IC present in the circuit, it determines that this part there has been touch in this part, and this area or this point has been touched, and he calculates according, and this is how it the touch works. This is the resistive type. But the disadvantage of this is that, as we know that these are very hard and you have to press it with force, so it needs a lot of force. Also due to the presence of both layers, due to the application of both, the transparency is reduced, and the proper light that is used to come, it's just approximately, you will say that it's 80% that is there. So it's very difficult and to read also, but the advantage is that it's very cheap, and also it is very hard. Due to the upper flexible part, the screen is flexible. If you drop the phone, it will survive. So this is the advantage. Now guys, the other thing is the capacitive one. The capacitive touch screen has, as you know, as you are looking at it, there are 1 layer, and in that layer what happens, there is a ITO. Only 1 layer has a ITO, and the upper layer is not a flexible, it is a hard one, and a very small amount of gap is there. So guys, what happens, the capacitive one uses electrostatic charges, means the below layer that is there, it applies a current, and when we press any conducting thing, for example our hand, we know that human body is a conductor. So when we press on the top of the screen, what happens, there is a electrostatic difference, because our hand just takes some amount of charge, and due to that there is a capacitance change, and this capacitance change is measured by the internal IC. So this is how the capacitive works. But the thing is that normally there are 2 types of capacitive, I'm going to discuss later. See, the advantage of the resistive type was that you can use any pen, any hand, or any pen, or any sharp thing to touch the screen. But in capacitive one, you have to use all the conducting one. So you have noticed that when you when you are going in a bike and you want to touch, it won't work, because the gloves are not a conducting material and won't work. So for that, this is the main disadvantage of it. So to solve this problem, very high, even today itself, very high phones or smartphones that is used right now uses a technology where, in settings part, you have noticed that they have there is an option to just increase the sensitivity. The next one that is there is the acoustic wave. If you notice the term, there's a word wave, so you are guessing it right. It is done with the help of an electromagnetic wave, and not electromagnetic, you can say that it is done by ultrasonic wave actually. So what happens guys, all over the screen there is a ultrasonic wave moving around, and when you
touch the screen at any point, what happens, that particular point absorbs some amount of the ultrasonic waves, and the chip inside determines that which part has been touched. Normally guys, it is used when there is a need of pressure sensor or whatever it is, so that you can measure that how much pressure, means that more pressure you apply, the more amount of wave it will absorb, and it can calculate. So it is normally used in that part. So normally in the modern smartphone or any laptops or whatever it is, gadgets, normally the capacitive one is used. So guys, this is the three main touchscreen technology that is used here. And the bonus one, or I would say for your information, I would say that there's another technology that is known as infrared. Guys, what happens in infrared, there is all over the screen, and there is an infrared receiver at one point and an infrared transmitter at one point. So when we touch at that particular point, the infrared receiver will not receive any information because our hand is absorbing the ray, and this is how it obstructs and the screen knows. So guys, these are the following. Normally it's just a bonus one, I need to say that's it. Normally there are three types: resistive, capacitive, and your acoustic wave. Resistive, you have to press it hard, two layer compresses each other, and this is how it takes. Capacitive one, you have to touch it. Due to the touching and another layer has an electrostatic field, and when you touch it, due to a conduction of hand, it absorbs some charge, and due to the difference, the IC knows. And the acoustic wave, there is ultrasonic wave around a display. When we touch it, it absorbs some amount of wave, and this is how the smartphone detects that at this point we have touch the screen. So guys, this is how it works. I have given the whole summary also and a brief detail. So guys, if you like this video, you know what to do. Like the video, but if you don't, just press the thumbs down button. But if you're new to this channel, do press the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. So guys, we will meet in the next video. Till then, bye.